So this is the last time we've played a lot of football, we've won a lot of football, everything looks to be going really, really well. Couple of issues though. Our main starting striker is out with a broken arm, one of our players has a broken spine, and the only other striker we have at the club who's really first team quality has just gone out before a massive game against Juventus. Other than that, everything's fine. Hello there, welcome to Season 3, Episode 6 of Let's Go Parma. I'm Stubo, thank you very much for joining me in today's episode where we have got two massive games for you. One in the league against Juventus and one in the Champions League first knockout round, the second leg against RB Leipzig. If that sounds like a good plan to you, please do leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to the channel as well for more lovely future FM content. As I mentioned, since you were last with me, we have been very, very good as a football team. You last saw us at the Spal game where we battered them 5-0. Since then, it's been looking very nice. We beat Verona, Lazio, Venezia, Sampdoria, and Brescia, and Inter all in the league. Some fantastic games there. We've also had Coppa Italia success against Lazio and AC Milan. And then we also did beat Leipzig in the first leg. It was a very dramatic game. But Gennaro Totino has turned up in the latter part of the season so far. He's come in with some really important goals, a couple there, some good performances as well, but a couple there, and then a 90th minute winner against Inter as well. Some really, really good performances. I mean, this game against Inter I've literally just played, and we were dominating Inter, and then and we missed an early penalty as well. That's really important to point out. We missed an early penalty, and then in the 89th minute, Ruben Neves scored a peach of a free kick, which I thought was going to FM us like we've never been FM'd before. But then in the very last minute of normal time, Gennaro Totino said, no sir, we are going to win this game, and win that game we did, which leaves us in second in Serie A. We're still 4 points off the top of AC Milan. I still don't think it's going to happen for us this year, but we are giving it a good go. We are very much giving it a good go, but yeah, very good run of form. Did mention though, couple of injuries which are not ideal. Injury number one, that's a bit of a mess. Injury number one, Lorenzo Lucca. I don't know whether you can see that. Oh yeah, my camera's on the other side for this one. Out for 4 to 6 weeks with a broken arm. We could have put him in protective equipment. We chose not to, purely because there's always the risk that if you do that in FM, that the player might end up with a recurring injury. I know with a broken arm it's unlikely, but I just didn't want to take that risk. I thought, let's do what's better for the player's health. And then this one, which is my personal favourite, damaged spine to Martin Rabo. I mean, I saw this one. I just thought it had to happen to our wonder kid, didn't it? It just had to happen to our wonder kid. So, Bravy's gone all the way down. He's going to be out for a good long time, up to 3 to 4 months. There was nothing else we can do about this one. We just have to leave him to recover. But we did give him to a specialist, so hopefully that will fix the issue. Hopefully as well, giving him to a specialist means he won't lose too many stats. The other bit of drama before the Juventus game is Sebastiano Esposito is actually out as well. I don't actually know what this injury is. It is a tight groin. I mean, we're not going to risk him with a tight groin, because if that goes, we don't have a striker for the rest of the season as well. So at the moment, it means that our current striker is Gennaro Totino, and I'm not 100% sure what to play him as, because I think his natural position, like his natural role if you play him as a striker, is an advanced forward, but he can do deep line forward as well. I'm just thinking, because normally he is the kind of player on the wing who would hold the ball up and do things, I am just thinking maybe he'd be good in that role. But now I'm looking at it, I mean, some of his stats don't really work for that. His vision's not great, his teamwork's not great, balance and strength aren't particularly great, so maybe we just go with him as a stereotypical advanced forward. I don't really know. I kind of think he would do a good job as a deep line forward, to be honest with you. He's the kind of player I have used there in the past, so it's a difficult one because I'm not 100% sure which I would want to use him. Ideally, I wouldn't want to use him as a striker, but he's in decent form at the moment, so we're just going to give him a go. But this is the team for the big game against Juventus, and we hopefully not going to suffer by the fact that we don't have any recognised first-team strikers. It's Dragowski in goal, Zappa, Greenmore, Theat and Cambiasso in defence, Monchu and Cataldi in midfield, with Man, Karabek and Mihaila supporting Totino up front. Fingers crossed, we don't get battered and we get a good performance. The last thing I want is this team to start getting camera shy, so fingers crossed we carry on the really good form and we win the game. Let's go. We are coming up against the Juventus team that are just a few points behind us at the moment in third, while we lie in second. There's no AC Milan game today, so we do have a chance at closing that gap at the top even more if we were to get a win, which would be ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. Couple of players I need to mention that have been absolutely fantastic recently. One of them's been Cambiasso at left back. He has kind of made that left back his own. And has been pretty exceptional over there, which I'm really happy for, because he was brought in as a backup player and he has done a really good job. Watch him be trashed today. Mihaila as well has been on an absolute tear recently. The goals and assists have been absolutely flying for him, and he has looked really good. Also, Monchu and Cataldi in the middle, they've knocked off the little line to say they've got a good partnership, but in the middle they have been really good. Monchu with the assists. Cataldi has popped up with a few goals as well. A couple of worldy free kicks, which has been really good to see. Karabakh, I'm not going to say he's gone off the boil, because I think that would be unfair. What he has done, however, is definitely not continued the ridiculous goal-scoring form that he has done. Which, you know, at the end of the day, he was being absolutely ridiculous in just how good he was being. So I'm not going to be too harsh on him. Bless him. He's done what he can. I am actually going to visit the second half. Change Tino to an advanced forward and just see whether that changes anything, because that second half was a bit drab, really. However, we have had the most chances. Admittedly, not all of them have been on target, though, and hopefully changing him to an advanced forward might just change things a little bit, and maybe Juventus are used to how he was playing in the first half. I mean, let Vlahovic get in here. Vlahovic is a goal machine in FM22. I'm assuming he'll be like that for everyone else. Oh, Kulusevski. That'd have been annoying. Yeah, this game has kind of been a bit drab so far. There's been lots of chances, but we've not seen a lot of highlights, and we're also not playing very well at all. We have got some players who are having poor games, so maybe, just maybe, we can solve that with substitutes o'clock. What can we do? Well, definitely can't do anything with strikers, so let's have a look in the midfield. I was talking about how good Danilo Cataldi's done. Let's not talk about that anymore. And Karabakh, again, he's just dropping off a little bit now. He is a young player. He is a wonder kid. Let's not be too harsh on him. We're going to bring on Nicola Fagioli, who is playing against his parent club here today. So let's just bear that in mind when we bring him on. And then we'll leave things as they are for now. Again, there's not a lot we can do about Tino at the moment, because he's the only striker who's currently fit. Hopefully, Esposito will be fine for the Champions League game against Leipzig. That is my hope. We're going to encourage the boys here and see whether we can just push on for a last-minute winner. In fact, we're going to do a little bit of tactical tweaking. Did this in the Milan game, the Inter Milan game, and it definitely did the job. I wonder whether we'll be able to do it again today. We're going to keep all of that as is, and then we're just going to pop these on, and I think that's all we did, and we'll just go with that, and we'll see whether that can have an effect. It's also substitute o'clock again, so let's have a look at that final change. And I mean, we've got Johan Bonni on the bench. I don't really trust Johan Bonni. I've never really in fact, we've never used him at all. He's a 2-star striker. I can't think of a situation where bringing him on is a good idea. I mean, he is 6'2". He is 6'2". Do you know what? I'm going to do it. Let's just do it. He's an actual striker. He's an actual striker. Let's do it. Johan Bonni's on. Just imagine. I mean, I'm looking to get rid of him. Just imagine if he goes and scores today. That would be absolutely insane. Right, Greenwell. We're starting off with a highlight here after the substitution. Just imagine if Johan Bonni scores. He's 6'2". He's got a decent finish on him. He's relatively quick, and the ball's into him here. And just imagine. Just imagine. What a piece of tactical geniusry that would have been. It's not, but I'm thinking of the parallel universe where that's a thing. Oh, goodness me. Right. Passing it around very nicely here. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. I was about to say I'm a bit worried because we're passing it around so nicely that we could make a mistake. However, Dragowski just clears it to Bonni, and Bonni now gives the ball away. Oh, I'm going to regret bringing him on, aren't I? That's the moment. That's the moment. That's the moment. That's the moment we've thrown it away. Oh, we should have left Tino on. So Tino wouldn't have given the ball away like that. He's tried to pass to Mihaila as Mihaila's gone past him. It's really poor from him. I mean, Mihaila didn't help either. And I think Juventus have done us here. Going to fire up the boys. Going to go on very attacking, but I think that's our chance gone. And Juventus move ahead of us into seconds. Wow, there's time, apparently. There's a little bit of time left. Man. Looking for Sciattarella, doesn't get there, and there is time left, but is it time for another Juventus goal? Moise Keane. We're at 94 minutes pretty much now, so the time should be running out, but Adrian Rabiot's got other ideas, goes back out wide to Keane. Referee has not blown the whistle, it's whipped in. Kulusevski's there, it is 2-0, but the referee might disallow it. I don't know whether it's going to happen. No, the linesman's not got his flag up. I have got a feeling it's 2-0 to Juventus here. right before the Champions League knockout second leg. It is 2-0. Ah, that's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. We've been on a very good run, and we're coming up against a team here today who, to be fair, are also in the wrong kit. I don't know. I've got real kits on, so I don't know what's gone on there. But anyway, the point is we've lost this game, and to be fair, Juventus probably deserve it on balance. In fact, they do deserve it on balance. I mean, our XG is higher, but it doesn't really matter what our XG is. At the end of the day, goals are what matters. Say that one. Very disappointed. But, again, we went into the game without a recognised striker. And to be fair, Esposito maybe could have played, but I just didn't want to risk him. I just really, really didn't want to risk him. Totino reveals FM Fury. He's not wrong, but I'll let them off. I'll let them off. We have had a really good run. A bad day at the office is allowed. Right, next match is the Leipzig game. I'll skip ahead to that, and hopefully this won't carry over into that game. I think I mentioned before the game that we won that game 1-0. So we have got a 1-0 advantage in the... there it is. Oh, it's 2-1 advantage, sorry. 2-1 advantage. So we won in the 92nd minute. So we do have an advantage, but it is only one goal. So, see what happens, shall we? I'll see you in a minute. And we are back for the game against Leipzig. I say we're back. I haven't really gone anywhere. It's been like a minute to get through all of the bits, if I'm being completely honest with you. A couple of issues with the squad. Issue number one, Cambiasso has picked up a knock, so he is out of the game. So Valeri has come in for him instead in the left-back position. We're also missing Monchu due to suspension in the midfield. So Fagioli has had to come in because we can't play Ramon Enriquez because we had to leave someone out of our Champions League squad to get Adam Karabek into it. So Enriquez can't play. Fagioli is in, and Chiatarella is on the bench as a backup. Also, I don't think I mentioned this. Chiatarella is retiring at the end of the season, and we have actually offered him a contract as a staff member. I think he's actually signed that contract, and I think if we have a quick look at his contract, does it say anything? No, it does not. Well, he has signed a new contract, and that contract is as a staff member. He will be coming in as our under-18s manager, which... I just wanted to keep him. He's captain or vice captain, fantastic. So he's done a really good job for us. I want to make sure that he stays at the club. So he's going to be staying on as a staff member. So with all of that said, this is going to be the squad that we're going to be using to hopefully not get knocked out by Leipzig. Remember, we lead 2-1. So really, we are in the driver's seat. We're at home as well. But stranger things have happened in the Champions League. Why is Zappa starting? That's just... Sorry, I didn't realise that. Right. Sambia. That's more like it. So this is the 11. It's Rogowski in goal. Sambia, Greenmore, Theat, and Valeri in defence. Fagioli and Cataldi in the midfield with Mahn, Karabek, and Mihaila supporting a returning Esposito up front. A little bit nervous, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe. Let's go. As far as I'm concerned, we have already overachieved by reaching the knockout stage of the Champions League. I genuinely thought at the start of the season we'd probably end up third in our group and we'd end up going into the Europa League and having some Thursday night football. That hasn't ended up happening. Oh, sorry about the edit there. Had a bit of a sneeze. Not ideal when you're trying to record. Bad sinuses. But yeah, I genuinely thought we were going to get knocked out in the group stage, or at least get knocked into the Europa League. That hasn't ended up happening, and we've done really, really well to get here. We overperformed in our group stage, absolutely. I mean, we've overperformed in everything, really, this season. We've been fantastic. We've not overperformed there. Raspadori was allowed to get in. That was a great attempt at defending, but Raspadori has levelled the tie. It is 2-2. Remember, no away goals, of course, in the Champions League anymore, but all of a sudden, it is 2-2. It was a great attempt at a recovery tackle, but we've just been sliced apart there. Raspadori has made it 2-2 on aggregate 1-0 on the night, and we need to step things up. We're going to demand a bit more from the boys, because that is not ideal. We are also going to drop the line back, because we have got quite a high line, and that's what caught us out there. So let's drop the line back a little bit and see whether we can try and avoid that happening again. But as it stands, we're going to go in 1-0 down, and that's not ideal, because that could mean extra time, and I don't really want that. We're going to say that one. Don't know if it's true, but we're going to say it anyway. Theat is nervous, so we might try and move him off at the moment. At some point, we're going to just say that to him as well. Didn't want to do that. Everyone didn't like that. Why didn't you like that, boys? Come on now, that's not fair. Right, is there anything we can do immediately? Well, I'm thinking it's Diaz is nervous. We're going to bring on Valenti. Valenti's had a few more big games with us, so I feel like that makes more sense. Karabekh has really struggled recently, but I don't have anyone to bring on for him, so we're going to leave him out there for now, and hopefully he can kind of pick things up and recover. Worst case, we bring Sciattarella on for Fagioli, and we have him and Cataldi as a couple of destroyers in the midfield. We could always do that, but I'm just going to give... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to give Valeri a pat on the head and hopefully... Not Valeri, Valenti. Valeri's already on the pitch, Stu. Learn your players. There we go. Let's see if we can recover this and go to 1-1 and 3-2 on aggregate. That is the hope. And if we can start attacking, that would be great. We have the ball and we are attacking. Marvellous. Right, Fagioli. Gets it over to Mihaila. Into Esposito. Esposito looking for Mihaila. It's a really, really bad... Oh, my word. It's a bad piece of defending, but it's an even worse finish from Mihaila. The Midas touch has disappeared. He's been in some great form. And that form just seems to have disappeared in that moment. Karabekh now, looking to try and get the ball into the box. Whips in, looking for Dennis Mann. Gets it down to Esposito. And Esposito makes it 1-1 on the night. It's 3-2 on aggregate. We go back in the lead in the tie. We can't breathe a sigh of relief yet, though. It's not over. Karabekh was the architect of this move. A big cross from him on that left-hand side. Gets it into Mann. Mann heads it down to Esposito. And it is 1-1. Esposito, he was great for us last year. We thought he'd have a reduced role this season due to Luca coming in. Luca has been okay. No, not necessarily better than Esposito. They've probably been about the same. But Esposito, I don't know. I trust him a little bit more, especially when it comes to the big games. This is the biggest of games. And he has put us back ahead in the tie. Valenti with a good interception there. Mihaila now looking for Esposito. But Lawrence deals with it. The defence, well, I say deal with it. They're not looking very composed there. I've got to be honest with you. But they do manage to get away with it. And they launch it forward now looking for Andre Silva. But Sambir is going to deal with that fairly easily. Greenwell now into Valenti. Valenti looking to get the ball forward. Gets to Cataldi. Cataldi now. It's passing it around. I mean, I don't mind this at all. We're going to pass the ball around when we're ahead in the tie. That's okay. Karabekh now looking for the ball to Esposito. And Esposito, again, we fluff our lines at the last moment. It was a great pass from Karabekh. An absolutely fantastic pass. But it wasn't taken advantage of. It's the second big miss we've had in this game. And could we regret them? We very well could. Valeri now looking to whip the ball in perhaps. Or looking for a cross. Gets it into Mihaila. And Mihaila puts it wide again. And we are missing chances. We are missing opportunities. And we could end up regretting it. I don't want to regret it. You don't want to regret it. You probably don't care. But still, we could be regretting things. Right, goal kick, Dragowski. Ooh, I mean, the game just then, and we have given the ball away there. It's a horrendous piece of defending and goalkeeping. The only thing that could save us is the referee. It's horrendous. The game jutted, so I didn't really know what was going on there. It's been allowed. So what happens here? What happens here? So Greenwell gets to Dragowski. Greenwell and Dragowski getting themselves in all kinds of trouble. Greenwell is probably to fault there. I mean, Dragowski's did not really saved it very well. Greenwell is the one who's at fault there, in my opinion. And we know he doesn't like big games, and he kind of proved it there. And I actually think that's enough for me to take him off. Your head would be gone after that, surely. Your head would be gone. Right. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? Well, we're not losing in the match. That's the thing. We're losing on the night, but we're still 3-3 on aggregate. We've still got time to win this. So what do we do? I mean, Karabekh has not had the best of games. He's not been terrible, but I think what we're going to do, we're going to move Fagioli up to attacking midfield. We're going to bring Sciattarella on in the midfield. We're going to have him operate as a bit of a box-to-box alongside Cataldi. I think we're going to do that. And then if we go to extra time, we should have, I believe, one more substitution. We're going to encourage the boys. It's 2-1 on the night. 3-3 on aggregate. All we need is a draw tonight. And then we go through. Dennis Mann now gets it in. Esposito's there. And straight away, we go back in. And we are leading overall in the tie. It's 2-2 on the night. 4-3 on aggregate. Sebastiano Esposito yet again bailing us out. Cataldi goes to Valenti. Valenti to Valeri. Big ball over to Dennis Mann. And it's Mann's assist. I think for the second time in the game to Esposito. And Esposito makes it 2-2. 4-3 overall. Can we just see the game out now? Can we just see it out? It's a corner to Leipzig. Whipped in. We clear it only as far as Olmo. I feel like my voice is going. I think it's because I've still got the remnants of this cold. Lawrence now into Raspadori. Oh, it's poor. Oh, it's poor. It's so poor from the goalkeeper. And Dragowski's gone. Dragowski's header's gone. And that's got to be allowed. It's been disallowed. It's been disallowed. And the 16th goal of the season has not been given in the 87th minute. What a huge goal that would have been. It has not been given. And we are still in the lead. We are going to time waste like time has never been wasted before. We are absolutely going to be doing that. We are going to be holding shape. We are going to be slowing that pace down. And we are going to bring that line back. We are going to stay on our feet as well. Because, my word, I don't want us to give away any silly fouls. Come on, boys. Let's just see this out now. We're in added time. Final minute. And we do it. Oh, that was dramatic. We had to come back twice and get a little bit lucky with a VAR decision at the end. But we get through with a draw. It's 2-2, 4-3 on aggregate. And we go through to the next round. But who on earth are we going to have to play? Because they were not the most difficult team in the draw. We know that to be a fact. And we somehow get through. We get some money as well, which is good. But Esposito, I tell you what, if Luca had started, would he have had that impact? I don't know. We will be missing Cataldi in the next round in the first leg, though. That is something that I am overly aware of. When is the draw, actually? The draw is in a couple of games. So I tell you what, before we end the episode, we are going to go to the draw, and then we'll decide what games we're going to come back for. So bear with me, and we're going to sort that out. Okay, we've moved ahead, and here is the draw for both the quarterfinal and the semi-final. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's. God, right. First team out of the hat is going to be Juventus. Obviously, we would rather not have Juventus. I don't know whether there's a thing that stops us from having them at this point, but we know we can run them close. We know we do have the ability to beat them, but I'd rather not have to do that, and it is Chelsea who have them. Next team is us. Right, we are at home at the first leg in the quarterfinal. Who do we have? Teams in the hat are Barcelona, Liverpool, Man United, Bayern Munich and Man City. I want none of them. I want absolutely none of those teams. I want nothing to do with them. Not at all. Give me the Europa League. That seems an easier thing to win. Oh. I mean, there was no good answer there, was there? There was absolutely no good answer. Let's just skip through those. So, we are the team that play against Bayern Munich. Juventus have Chelsea. Liverpool have Man City. That's an interesting game. And Man United have Barcelona. Let's have a look, shall we, at what the potential path is if we get through. So, Liverpool and Man City will play us or Bayern. Oh, God. And then that will mean that Juventus or Chelsea will play Manchester United or Barcelona. Well. I think we've done very well to get to a quarter-final, but I don't see us getting any further than that, if I'm being completely honest with you. Well, we're definitely going to be coming back for that game, or one of those games. So I'll tell you what, we'll come back for the second one. It makes more sense to come back for the second one, same as we have this time. So we will play through until we get to that game, and then we'll do the second leg of the Coppa Italia semi-final as well. Why not? We didn't do that one on camera. We'll do this one on camera. So we'll play those two games. We'll play all the other ones off camera. That sounds like a good plan to me. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you have enjoyed, please do leave a like on the video and consider subscribing as well for more future lovely FM content. I've been Stubo. You guys have been awesome as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.